Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Schools Bronson.
And I am S. Foster.
And this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on, my brother?
Man, I can't call it, man. Another day of podding is always a good day. But yeah, man. How you feeling though, man? Everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Everything going good. I'm excited about what we watching. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some fire shows, man.
Man, I got a fire show myself, man. I was debating on talking about two, but I was like, I'm gonna hold off on it, man. But I got a real good one though.
Yeah, I definitely got to. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
If I can find the video. Oh, there you go.
What we watching?
So, what you got, man?
I'm up. All right. So, I am watching a Amazon Prime show. Reacher, man. Came out, I believe, last week. I watched all, if I'm not mistaken, 8 episodes. Took me a couple of days to get it in. I seen the movie, and the movie was this is the terrible part about the movie. The show is a whole lot better than the movie for two reasons. The first reason is the guy that played Jack Reacher in Reacher actually looked like what Jack Reacher supposed to be. He's 6'5", like 280, solid muscle. And in the movie, you got Tom Cruise, 5'4", $130, but he's whooping everybody's ass. Get out of here with that bullshit, man. So they actually picked the right person to play Jack Reacher in the show on Amazon. And the thing about it is, like, Jack Reacher is just this drifter guy. He goes into this small town in Georgia, and when he gets there, this body is found. And so when because he got the bus to drop him off, so he's walking down the street, he goes to this diner, and the police arrest him thinking that he had something to do because he walked past a body that was like in the shrubble, and people said, yo, there was this large guy walking down the road. He had something to do with the murder. So they tried to pin a murder on him. Come to find out, the body that was on the side of the street was his brother. And so then he's an ex-military cop. So he ended up working with the cops. Well, he got exonerated because they seen that he was on the bus when the time of the murder and all that type of shit. But anyway, so the thing about the show is, so he is helping this black cop in this hick white town and this other cop to solve this.
Bro, you know you from the South, bro. This nigga say hick white. I'm sorry, bro. That's funny as fuck to me, bro.
Yo, and it comes, like, because they keep fucking with the dude because he's a black Harvard dude from Boston.
Yeah. Okay.
And like they give him the hardest time. Yeah, and definitely. So he ended up helping the cops with this investigation, and like bodies start showing up everywhere. But they did a really good job, man. I've been waiting on Prime to give me something good. Like they've been putting out some material, but for me, it hasn't been anything that grabbed my attention. Right. But Reacher ended up being all right, man. I think you'll fuck with Reacher. But if you going on Amazon Prime, I already told you where to go. You know what I'm saying? If you go on Amazon Prime, man, I told you. I understand. I know when you see him, he's funny. But I'm telling you, Jack Ryan, man, it's a good ass fucking show, man. I'm telling you. But Jack Reacher, man, well, not Jack. I'm sorry. Just Reacher on Amazon Prime.
John Krasinski will always be Jim Halpert to me, no matter what he's doing. Always. I'm gonna check it out though, because I told you I would, but I'm gonna check it out. But it's gonna look like Jim Halpert is doing shit. But so for me, man, I got two of them things, man. My first one, you know what I'm saying, is a show that, you know what I'm saying, has been out for a long, long time right now. But my little cousin kind of put me onto it. He's been on this anime kick for like the last 5 years. So he's really been in the anime. So one day he told me, you know what I'm saying, that I should check out this show called Attack on Titans. We had this conversation about like giants and all this other shit. So he was like, yo, you should check out this anime called Attack on Titans. So I'm like, man, I've seen little clips here and there. I've seen memes and shit about it. He was like, no. He was like, cuz I'm telling you, you would enjoy this because this is some different type shit. He was like, you would appreciate it just for what the, you know what I'm saying, show is. So I started Attack on Titans. I'm on season 1. Season 1 is on Netflix. And it's good. Can't lie. I'm hooked in. I'm on episode 5 right now. But I'm hooked in. It's a great show so far. I'm definitely enjoying it. He told me that it gets better as the seasons go along. So after I finish season 1 on Netflix, he's telling me that the rest of the seasons are on Hulu. So if you want to get started, you can get on Netflix. If not, you can just get on Hulu and watch it. But check out Attack on Titan if you're in the anime, or if you want to start with anime, that's a great place to start. And that's what he told me. So that's what I'm telling y'all. And then last but not least, man, let me tell you something. I have watched the greatest documentary of all time.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes, sir. Let me tell you something. This man here is a fucking legend. Ladies and gentlemen, I know everybody's been talking about it. I know it's been all over the socials and everything else. But I finally watched The Tinder Swindler. And when I tell you, this nigga is a fucking icon, bro. Yeah. Man, when I tell you I was intrigued from start to finish, this nigga was the coldest. Hey, man, clap it up for my man Simon Levy, bro. I wish we had the clap button somewhere around here, but that nigga is the truth, bro. That nigga was finagling the pocket change out of every foreign white woman in Eastern Europe, bro. This nigga is the man, bro. So shout out to Simon Levy on Netflix, man. Y'all go check out The Tinder Swindler. It's so good. Like you get it, it'll give you a good laugh, but it's so amazing just how gullible and naive some people can be.
Man, I heard one story where he said that, yo, like, I don't know verbatim, but like I'm held up at customs and they telling me that I need 50 grand,
nigga,
and I give it to you back, and then he used the 50 grand to take another girl out.
Nigga, listen, like, no, let me explain to you how my man breaks it down, right? So basically, he meets a girl, right? He done already swindled the first. He already got one. He's swindling off rip. So he meets a new girl on Tinder, but he's taking her out with the money that the other girl is giving him. But he's lying to them and telling them that he's the son of one of the most famous diamond salesmen in the world. He done took this man's last name, changed his name, everything, right? So once this happens, okay, he's constantly going on Tinder and doing this. This is a whole cycle. So he gets a girl, they fall in love because, you know what I'm saying, she thinking that a billionaire is on Tinder for some odd ass reason, and you know what I'm saying, she just be the one to get picked. So she get picked. She fall in love because he whining and dining her, taking her places, doing all these things with her, and then this nigga will say, "Hey, you know what I'm saying, the people that are trying to find these diamonds are trying to kill me." So he'll send pictures of like his bodyguard beat up and all kind of shit like that. He got like bloodstained shirt, all kind of shit, right? So he send the girl the pictures, and then he tell her, "Listen, I can't use my credit cards because that's how they tracking me. If it's possible, can you send me some money? You know what I'm saying? That way I can continue doing my business or whatever. And then as soon as everything is clear, I'll send you the money back." So this shit goes on for probably about a good month or two. And they taking out loans in their name. They giving this nigga cards, all kind of shit, man. All kind of shit. This nigga getting like buku amounts of cash, right? They flying into him, bringing them the cash in the bags and shit. So like everything is you know what I'm saying, like is top notch, like shit going great. And so when this nigga is doing this thing, they basically are funding the next girls, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, date and all that type of shit.
So yeah, like they basically funding the next girl's joint. So then this nigga be like, all right, you know what I'm saying, everything cool and clear, I'm gonna write you a check. And then you know what I'm saying, you good. So he write him a check for like way over the amount. So now they really into it. They thinking like, oh, he giving me a check. It's good. It's extra money on top of it. I only gave him like 100,000. He giving me 500,000. Man, these motherfucking checks be bouncing like big breast in the porn movie, bro. Man, that shit be crazy, bro.
Oh man, I heard a little bit about it, and I'm like, yo, man, the way that people be out here getting scammed, my guy.
Man, when I tell you, bro, hilarious. Bro, I was so amazed at how they was just going along with it. Like, first and foremost, bro, what would make a billionaire get on Tinder?
The amount of rooms that you in, the amount of places you can go. You telling me, dude, all you gotta do, like these girls are getting so smart to the point where they can see your shoes or anything and just know, like, oh,
Nick,
that guy got money.
Only thing you gotta say is, hey, how you doing? I'm a billionaire. And you got her. That's it.
Like, why you like you don't need to be on Tinder. But if you're on Tinder, you're on it for the thrill. But what's the point of even dealing with social media? Because you can get them catfish.
When have you seen Bill Gates on Instagram? When have you seen Steve Jobs on Instagram or Twitter? When have you seen Jeff Bezos posting on Twitter or updating his Facebook status? These niggas are busy. They don't got time for no fucking Tinder. And I almost said the B word. These women should know better that a billionaire would never be on fucking Tinder, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, just check that out, because if y'all want to get a good laugh and just be in awe of stupidity and naivety, then yes, the Tinder Swindler is for you, and it is an amazing show.
Nuts.
So, man. So we doing a classic, bro. This is one of those ones that I grew up on. Like I said on the Coming Soon last episode, I grew up on this movie. This was one of the movies that when me and my mom would go to the library, I would pick out. I was able to get 2 books and get a movie. And so the 3 movies I would always get is The Wiz, 6th Man, and don't ask me why, but Titanic.
I can see why.
It wasn't because of the boobs. I'm telling you that now.
No, it was for the last 30 minutes.
No, like I really like Titanic as a movie.
No, I mean I like Titanic. I'm a visual person. Like I just love seeing like a lot of old shit and like the way they redid it and all that type of shit.
At the time, it was fire, bro.
Yeah, it was. I'm with you.
Because it came out in 2 VHSs. I mean, it came out in a double tape VHS set. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that, and then that was the first time I'd ever seen some shit like that too, where you had to watch this shit on 2 different tapes.
Well, so, it was the same way. The first It.
Oh yeah, no, I never watched that joint like that.
Oh my bad.
I had to go back and watch it. That was something like that. That's just something that just wasn't in my alley. Like, but not like Titanic for some odd reason, man. That was just my joint. But it makes sense now because you know what I'm saying, knowing how I'm in the history and everything. But at the time, you know, I didn't really. As a kid, you don't know no shit like that. You just like the movie, and for some odd reason, I just loved Titanic. So that's a fun fact. If anybody listening, I like Titanic. Sorry, if it's on TV, I'm watching it. But now that I'm older, it's definitely for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, I even went down a wormhole of like looking up the Titanic, like the pictures, down
You already know
a
I
lot of
did
pictures.
too.
And
YouTube and stuff.
like, dude, I seen pictures of like the builders building it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got like deep into that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know what you mean.
It's supposed to be an unsinkable ship. Niggas don't know that it had a sister ship. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a third one made. They was gonna make a Titanic too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But they wasn't sure. You know, they ended up building it and that motherfucker sunk too.
Crazy.
That's a
nuts.
fact.
You remember I told you when I went to Gatlinburg, I went into the Titanic Museum joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm into this shit. Like I really am. Like so.
But no, it's a really good movie though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the joints. But 6 Man for sure, bro. Like to me, that this movie is so fucking hilarious. It's a lot. I got, of course, as you can tell, I got a lot of sentimental value to it. But it's a hilarious movie. And at the time, Marlon Wayans, him being on the Wayans brothers, him doing not Black and White. What's the one he did? Oh my God, what is that movie? Requiem for a Dream. I think that's what it was called.
Only thing I remember him being in from that time period was Mo Money. That's the only thing I remember from that time period.
Hold on, let me see real quick.
Let me see, because this came out in '97.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Don't Be a Menace, that came out in '96. And Living Color was '92 to '94. Above the Rim was '94.
Maybe that was after this.
Mo Money was '92. I'ma Get You Sucker was '88.
Yeah. But see, I'm talking about around this time, right? So like we seen him in Don't Be a Menace, of course. Mm-hmm. We seen him in the Wayans Brothers. We seen him in Above the Rim. We seen him in Mo Money. You know what I'm saying? So those was the ones that kind of had him. Don't Be a Menace to me was the one that really was putting him on. And then you're right, I'm tripping. That was later on down the line. Okay, so Requiem for a Dream was later on down the line. That's when he started getting into like acting. But you know what I'm saying? He had Wayans Brothers, you know what I'm saying? He had Senseless that came out after that, where he was doing the drug testing thing that came out after this one. But this one right here specifically was dope because it was 2 black leads and it had some very important people on their come up. Like Chris Spencer was in here. Chris Spencer is one of like the most sought after Hollywood writers. You know what I'm saying? He's also been on like the Jamie Foxx show and like other TV shows and stuff. But Chris Spencer does a great job. He's also a comedian. Like he was in this movie as I think his name was like Jimmy or something like that.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, he was Jimmy. And then who else was in this, man? Let me see. Michael Michelle, you know what I'm saying? She was hot at the time. She was in New Jack City and a whole bunch of other movies.
Well, hold on. Slow your roll. What do you mean hot at the time? Dude.
I'm talking about her acting career.
Yeah, but she's still bad.
Oh no, man, I would never disrespect Michael Michelle. Hey. First and foremost, let me tell you something, man. No, I ain't gonna tell that story. But listen, Michael Michelle, bro. Okay, hey, Vanessa L. Williams.
Yeah.
Naomi Campbell.
You can have that one.
What? In the 90s? Early 90s?
I was never big into her, man. I always used to be like, what?
Naomi Campbell was so fine to me, bro. Man. Tyra Banks. She was fine. Banks.
Listen.
Lark Voorhees.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah.
Man, what? AJ Johnson was still fine too?
Yep, she was too. You want to know who used to get me though? And I think it was the album cover, man. Toni Braxton. I know she wasn't an actor, but Toni Braxton.
I wasn't on the album cover. Braxton. I was never in the Toni Braxton.
She had that short hair, you know what I'm saying, with the white skirt with the blue jeans.
Yeah. She was fly. She was always fly. I just wasn't never in the Toni Braxton though.
I used to stare at that album cover, man.
Yeah.
Kids don't understand. Like you couldn't just see naked people just you know what I'm saying? You
hey man,
had to imagine.
Foxy Brown, bro. Hey man, listen. You crazy, bro. Hey. She came out spitting and rapping and shit. I was like, damn, who was that? I didn't even hear what she was saying. I was like, she cold. So, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Dunn, man, he's been in a whole bunch of movies.
Yep.
Already said Chris Spencer. Harold Sylvester was in there. Octavia Spencer was in there. And we all see what she's been doing now. Paul Ben Victor, he's one of the dudes that he's been in some movies that you know what I'm saying? You will see him every now and then. And then you had like Will Sasso, Flex Alexander. And then they had, you know what I'm saying, people playing themselves in it. Dickie V, Bill Walton, Brad Nessler, John Thompson, rest in peace.
Nolan Richardson was in it.
Who?
Nolan Richardson, Arkansas old coach.
Yep. I mean, listen, Craig Wayans was in this, bro. Damon Wayans' son.
So he was the kid.
Yep. But that just lets you know, like, just the, you know what I mean? Like, it's just dope to. It's dope to be able to see this type of cast, especially with this type of story too. Like, this was something that was kind of, you know what I'm saying, like in a different lane compared to what we were seeing black movies be in that time anyway. Like, this is like a supernatural / comedy / sports movie / drama almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and actually like, the emotions really take you all over the place because like you haven't, first of all, these two dudes completely carried this whole movie. Like they needed back surgery after this because like if they wasn't in it, it definitely wouldn't have worked.
Right.
Because the rest of the dudes, like Jimmy was funny when they let him speak, but like everybody else, like
Ziggy was all right.
Ziggy was not all right.
Ziggy was all right. he did a great job playing a foreigner, bro.
But
the Malik Major dude, I can't stand him. That bald head irritates me every time. And then Danny O'Grady, bro, the greatest white point guard to ever play for the Huskies. The greatest white point guard to ever play for the Huskies, bro. Come on, man. What we talking about?
Hey.
What we talking about, bro?
Hey, you stupid. Yo, when he told him to dunk.
Yeah, man. What?
Oh, man. Hey, he told him, he said, man, he can't dunk. He's short. He said, man, you 7 foot. You can't touch the rim. At least I'm 7 foot.
Right. Hey,
oh, my God.
I'm telling you, bro, hilarious.
But, like, man, like, the emotions really take you all over the place because, like, it started out, like, giving you the background of them and then their relationship or how tight they was. And then this motherfucker has a heart attack on the floor and dies, yo.
Yeah.
And it's like, so then
wait a minute, not just a regular heart attack. After dunking the ball, he has a heart attack. Lets go of the rim, falls, hits his back and his head, possibly also giving him a concussion and a fucking brain aneurysm.
Yeah. And then it's like, so then it gives you that emotional roller coaster of him losing his brother, and then this motherfucker come back and he got all the jokes in the world. It's like, yo, this dude is dead. It's like, like it takes you all over the place, man. And I thought that, like you were saying, for two black leads in 1997 to have like this type of film, because I never really seen like a black film in this realm of like
I think the closest we got to it was like Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg.
And but it was mainly Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. So, but yeah, like we didn't really dabble in that supernatural world. So I thought that was dope for that to come out in 97. But I think that Marlon did a really, really great job. But the thing is, like, compared to his counterparts, now, as fine as Michael Michelle is, she can act. Like this
No,
isn't
she did
just
a great job.
yeah. This ain't just no pretty girl, and we're just gonna put her on screen
Right.
because she's pretty. No, like she actually can act. Just like Vanessa Williams, it's like you would think, oh, Miss USA, oh, they just put her on there because she's pretty. No, she really can act and she can sing.
Yeah.
So
kind of.
Yeah, she wasn't the greatest. I mean, she had that one joint, but
we just gonna keep kinda on there because
yeah. But no, Michael Michelle. Oh my God.
No, so fine. So fine.
It's just crazy.
Yo, this picture that they got of her on IMDb too, though. Like, come on, man. That's not cool.
It's not at all. But yeah, what I was gonna say was the job that Marlon did. It was just like, I mean, damn, like he's obviously him and Kadeem, like they stood out because this wasn't no all-star cast. Like it had a couple of noticeables, and I think that some of these people wasn't noticeable until later on. Like a guy like Kevin Dunn, like his career after this, like he's a noticeable actor.
Oh, for real.
So, but at the time he wasn't. And the coach guy, you know what I'm saying? He was a little noticeable in the mid 90s, early.
David Paymer, he was in some joints.
Was he? I ain't never seen him. I've seen him. I've seen him in other shit.
I'm gonna tell you the ones that you'll probably when you hear them, you'll probably know for real. So like, let's see, around 97.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's Dave's dad. And Dave.
On that I didn't know. I gotta go back and watch the rest of that.
He don't have a large role because they don't really show his parents that much. Right. But yeah, he's in Dave. But
so like in 97, right? He was in Amistad. He was in Gang Related. I don't know if you ever seen Carpool, but he was in Carpool. That was actually funny.
He was in Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell was trash though to me.
He was in Get Shorty. He was in
Ocean's 13.
Yeah. Oh man, you remember Duckman? Did you ever watch Duckman?
No, I never seen Duckman.
Yeah, Duckman was that joint. He was in Duckman. He was in City Slickers too. And he was in the episode of Tales from the Crypt. He was in Searching for Bobby Fischer. He was in City Slickers, the first one. He was in Jake and the Fat Man.
Oh man, he was in Hurricane, which you might have said that.
No, I ain't say Hurricane yet, but yeah, he was in some joints, bro. He was in some joints.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he done some stuff, but I mean, like he's not a guy that, you know what I mean, stand out like that.
Yeah.
To me, but no, like I'm just saying, like the job that they did, it wasn't hard to see it because I just felt like it's really, other than Jimmy, it's really the basketball team. It's just like, yo, these dudes really can't act. Yo, like, not that they can't act, they just not as talented as, you know what I mean?
The thing was is like I felt like they got so little screen time, and then on top of that, like most of their screen time was on the basketball court, except for like when they had when they did the team meeting, you know what I'm saying? To get Antoine once they found out Antoine was the ghost and he came back and he was helping them, they was trying to get Antoine there, trying to tell him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, let us play, man. We want to play. We don't want you to keep helping us, which was stupid to me. I never understood that part. Like, bro, you got a fucking ghost on your team.
Don't do it, man.
And then he said, he was like, I think it was Jimmy, where he was like, he was selfish on the court, and now he's selfish. So I forgot what he said.
That's
but he
was with the gap.
Malik,
I tell you, Malik Major. He was the one. Malik said, "Yo, I'm averaging 18 points. He can still use me.
He can, Because that's when they got scared. He started flipping the bed up and shit. They got nervous in the motherfucker.
Yeah, but now, what I was gonna say, the reason I said don't do that, I was like, man, you gonna sit here and really have no integrity, because like you want another thing about it is like when you're young, you're not even realizing these motherfuckers cheating. Like,
No,
like,
that don't even cross your fucking mind
at all.
You so amazed at the fact that this nigga's a ghost playing basketball that you can care less about any of that shit. I'm gonna be all the way real with you. Nigga, if he would have never came back from the dead, them niggas would have never won another game.
No. Dude, they was up. Dude, they was up 10. Kenny was not trash.
Bro.
I'm gonna see. Okay, no. We're not gonna do that because I'm gonna tell you what it is.
He was a great point guard.
This is yes. And see, I got a lot on Kenny. Okay. I was really ready for this because like we've had this conversation on like siblings. Like when you have one sibling that's, quote unquote great or whatever.
You're right.
And Kenny always played the back seat to his brother. Because his brother was just more athletic than he was. And like even the whole thing of them showing them as kids. Yeah. His dad was like, yo, Kenny, I want you to take the last shot. And he was like, you want me to take it? And it was just like he's so used to his brother getting everything to the point where he always played that back seat. Like anytime we need a big play. And then you also got your brother shitting on you, not knowing that he's shitting on you. Because he was like, Kenny, take the last shot. Why you want him to take the last shot? He gonna miss it. Like, the fuck? You can't be like, all right, little bro.
He's trash.
No, he's not trash. He's not trash.
Come on, man.
Kenny was not trash, man. What it was Kenny was thrown to the wolves when his brother. First of all, he's playing after his brother fucking died.
Right.
That's number one.
Which was his choice.
Yes, but then you throwing him in the role of we need you to that 30 points your brother was dropping. You dropping 8 points, 20 assists and shit. So obviously, you hooking your brother up all the time. You're so used to being that dish point guard. Yeah, so now we want you to become the star. Like, no, and he told the coach. Coach was like, yo, I need you to pick up the slack. He's like, yo, that's not my role. And he was like, well, I'm gonna need it to be your role. You can't
make it your role, Kenny. That's my favorite part too.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you can't ask a guy who's a primary passer to just, yo, I'm gonna need you to start dropping 30 points a game now. Man, after your brother died.
First and foremost, let's keep it real. Kenny would have never got to Washington if it wasn't for Antoine.
Well, yeah, we know that. But this is what y'all also forget.
Don't forget, it's A and K all the way, not K and A all the way.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You don't do that to Kenny, man.
I'm just saying, brother.
We don't know what happened. Kenny probably won a state championship his senior year when his brother was at Washington, man.
That's not true.
How do you know?
Because they would have mentioned it. You notice they never mentioned nothing about this nigga playing high school ball. No, even the commentator was like, yeah, Kenny, Antoine, and Kenny Tyler, yeah, he got recruited when his brother the first year. Like, we already knew this.
Man, listen, man, you got to stop disrespecting Kenny, man.
Kenny's game was set in that Pee Wee game when he missed the shot.
He didn't miss the shot. He gave his brother the ball. No, he didn't.
He missed it. Exactly.
No, he didn't.
He missed the shot. Did he take it?
The shot? No, Kenny didn't take the shot. No.
I know. And what did they say about the shot you don't take? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He missed the shot, brother. Don't tell me. Yeah, see, you weren't ready for that.
That is not true.
He missed the shot.
He was wide open, and then he's not used to taking the last shot, so he passed it to his brother. His brother did the spin move, you know what I'm saying, with the tongue out, Jordan, and missed the layup. All right, so his brother missed the damn shot.
But Kenny did too, because you missed the shots you don't take. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Shit.
Man, I knew you were gonna come on here with some Kenny hate, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Kenny to me made the movie. Marlon Wayans made this movie. Kadeem Hardison did a great job. Don't get me wrong. As the ghost, that was perfect because he has just enough comedic talent to be able to play that role and also still have the acting chops to be serious in certain times and you know what I mean, like be able to have the experience to do whatever he needs to do. So when they go to the next scene and they don't show him, it looked like he's doing that. So I think they had the right roles for it. But to keep it all the way real, Marlon carried this movie, bro.
Yeah.
Marlon really like think about this, right? For him to have to act in two different scenes through this whole movie, basically. So he has to act with Kadeem Hardison in one scene. Then in the other scene, he has to act as if Kadeem Hardison is there in that scene. So this is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, and I think I said this on the Coming Soon when they was at the restaurant and that nigga was eating the salmon, and Kadeem Hardison made him put Antoine made him put the A1 steak sauce on it. And she was like, "You put A1 steak sauce on the salmon?" He was like, "Yeah." And then he ate it. He was like, "That's make it there." And then nigga tried to drink that water, and that shit was good. The fact that he was doing that shit himself, bro. Oh man, listen. When I tell you, bro, that scene right there make me laugh hard as hell every time. He is a fucking fool to be able to do that shit by himself. So to me, I think that Marlon really carried this movie, man. Being able to interact as if somebody else is doing something, but he's doing this by himself. Like, I thought that was genius for him to be able to do that. And to me, that's what gave him kind of the edge on Kadeem Hardison. What did you think about, you know what I'm saying, the situation when RC finds out that Antoine is quote unquote back?
So we're talking about when she first found out, when she watched the video and his hand wasn't even touching the ball.
Yeah.
I think that she knew that something was up. And
right, because she was like, how's this trash ass team doing all this shit?
Yeah. And then like the most ironic shit, what they did with Malik when this motherfucker is going out of bounds.
Come on, bro.
Listen. If y'all never seen this movie,
come on, bro.
This dude he's going for a loose ball. He's going out of bounds to get this loose ball. To basically, like when you see a guy going to go throw the ball back in before it go out of bounds, he's in that mode of throwing the ball back in. Whole body shifts in mid-air. Inbounds.
Nobody could explain that in them. Everybody's face was like, "The fuck was that?" Like, what the fuck? This nigga Superman?
Yo, this dude did a whole 360 in the air, one foot inbounds, and did a dunk. Like
the funny part is when he landed, he go, that shit cracked me up, bro. That's my shit. That shit be cracking me up, bro.
But like, so what I do like is the fact of like, so he already had an incident with RC in the club when his brother, he was at the bar and this guy came up to him drunk as hell, made him knock over his beer, got a beer out on the old girl purse. And then his brother made a bet with him that he couldn't get her phone number and all that type of shit. So he's already had an interaction with her before, and he liked her. And so they went out on the date, like, the tangy salmon. The funny part that you didn't mention, was when he was trying to get the kiss, and like, and he was pushing his face.
But see, that's what I'm saying. The fact that he was even able to make them faces like somebody was really pushing on it. Come on,
no,
bro.
Dude, it was a glass there, man. It was a glass there.
It probably was. It probably was, but still. Just the fact that he was able to like continue that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a nigga in his face though. Like, come on, man. He was Marlon made this movie what it was, bro.
And then like just to be in that awkward moment of like this motherfucker spinning, kissing her. Like, if I'm a girl, I'm like
that nigga said that shit was funny as fuck, bro.
Oh man. But yeah, for her to have the best story of the century, just about.
Yeah.
Now, if motherfuckers gonna believe it, no.
Hell no.
If she would have showed the tape,
oh man,
that would have been. I think that would have been the only way people would believe it. Like if people just read it, they're like, "Fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Now, the unexplainable has been happening to this team, but you're gonna tell me a dead dude.
Okay, listen, you right on point. But before you finish, Do you remember what she said when she seen it?
What? I forgot.
You don't remember?
What'd you say?
She said, he's not even touching the damn ball. I don't know why that's funny to me, bro. But it's like, when you see some shit like that, you gotta be like, I felt her though. She was just like, wait a minute. Like, this motherfucker ain't even touching the fucking, how is he doing this shit? So yeah, I felt that shit always made me laugh. She said, he's not even touching the damn ball.
And she kept rewinding it. And but no, I thought it was dope that she wrote the story, but she had a real moment when old dude was like, yo, she'll sell her mom for a story.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's what you think of me?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. And I thought that was dope, but I also thought it was dope that he, first of all, just imagine the psychology of your dead brother is back and nobody can see him, but you was able to prove it to the basketball team. But
when they was in the showers and the lights and shit start flickering, that shit was funny too.
Yeah,
that shit had me crying.
And I just thought that RC, she actually had integrity, but she also had feelings for Kenny too.
Yeah, she started liking him.
Yeah, and I just think that the whole psychology of it, and then like he would be able to explain, because to me that was a very embarrassing moment of this motherfucker spinning around in the hallway trying to kiss her. Like, yo, like this is fucking weird as fuck. Like you already was eating the tangy salmon and throwing water all over your face and all of this shit. And it's like, yo, and then like, no, when he was leaning over the table and she was like, why are we talking like this?
That shit was funny as hell.
Oh man! So
what happened? What did he came up through the table? Didn't he?
No. Well, yeah.
Or he like walked through the table or something.
He popped up through the table.
Yeah. Hey, bro, this movie. Let me tell you something. That interaction in that whole time was so funny, bro. Another one of my favorite parts, bro. This whole movie is my shit. I told you. I'm just letting you know now. I didn't even rewatch this. I'm going off of memory like you now. This how much I watched this fucking movie. One of my favorite parts, bro, is when he finally meet Antoine. Antoine come back and he finally realized Antoine back, right? So he can't believe it. So this nigga go, and niggas start tripping. But then they start wrestling. And then the team come in like, man, what the fuck wrong with you? He was like, it's Antoine. He's like, he right here. He was like, they can't see me. He was like, they can't see none of you doing. It was like, they don't believe. That shit was fucking funny as hell. But he had that nigga Full Nelson. That shit was funny as fuck, bro.
No. I like the part where oh man, when he was on the court and like and Antoine was pushing him, he was pushing him back, and it was just like
they see it on the camera.
Yeah,
walking back during the timeout. That shit was funny as hell, bro.
Nah, but I like when RC was so after she seen the video, not touching the ball. And it went to the bench and it was going to commercial break. He was like, man, tell your brother to get out. He said, leave me alone and tell your damn brother to get off me too or some shit. Yeah. It's like she read his lips and was like, that was like her confirmation of like, yo, like Antoine is back. And but my whole thing is like all of those moments, man, of like just their interactions. And then even the argument, when they got in the argument after he told him, after the team came in, they're like, yo, we don't want to play with Antoine no more. So like now that part was okay. So I'm gonna say the one thing then, but I really want to talk to you about another thing. Okay. So they was like, we don't want to play with Antoine no more. And he was like, man, look, he was a ball hog then. It was like he's no disrespect, he's even worse now. Yeah. So they had the whole argument, and he was like, Kenny, if you want me to go, I'll go. And he was like, y'all, this is my brother. I'm sorry. If you want to play, you can play. And so they did that whole thing, but when he got mad, oh no. This was when they was in the hallway. So after he did the whole spin move to get the kisses and shit, and he was like, "Yo, man, like you have no right to be fucking with me while I'm doing this," which is kind of fucked up. It's like, yo, you know your brother don't get a lot of pussy,
You
and then
blocking on your little brother.
yeah, he got blocking on your brother. That's fucked up. And he got mad and he went in that picture. And he said, "Man, you ain't gonna catch nothing here anyway." And he kicked the dude that was fishing in the picture.
That shit was stupid, bro.
That was stupid. Hey, that shit was stupid. But my thing is, okay, so I can't even imagine the approach you're gonna take here because the approach you took on Kenny. But when it comes to Antoine was like when he told his brother, he was like, "Yo, like, you know what I'm saying? We partners." And Kenny was like, "We never been partners." He was like, "I've always took a back seat to you."
Right.
Because Antoine really only always cared. Now, don't get me wrong. He loved Kenny. That's his brother. But
you got that nigga in the University of Washington.
See, there you go.
What are you talking about?
Man, listen.
You got the nigga in college education.
Man, listen. Kenny at the end, I mean, not Kenny, but Antoine really, yeah, he wanted to win. Don't get me wrong. Everybody want to win. But like the lengths that he would go to win, like the spotlight was always on him. Like he always wanted to take the last shot. He always had the most points. And
I mean, he's the best player in college basketball.
What the way they put it, yeah. I do think it's funny that they use the Washington Huskies of all schools.
Sheesh.
And I do like how they got the rights to use all the real colleges because people don't know, like, that don't always happen. Yeah. That's why when you see shit like he got game. You know the school that he went to? What was that shit? No. Well, they used Lincoln. He was able to use the high school, but the colleges.
Oh, I don't know none of them colleges. He went to like Tech University or something. Yeah, he went to like Tech University or something. Like, but that's not even a real fucking school. First off, the U in the Tech is the end of the school usually.
Yeah.
You never heard like the University of Virginia Tech. No, it's just Virginia Tech. You never heard of fucking you never heard of Alabama A&M Tech. You never heard of no shit like that.
Yo, I think the school that he went to was called Big University or some shit like that.
Yeah, one of them was Big or like Big State or some shit like that.
It's like, what the fuck is that? But he didn't get the college rights.
Yeah.
So he got the Lincoln one.
Another one that I thought that now that you bring it up, another movie that I thought was interesting about that is Any Given Sunday. Yeah. Miami Sharks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. But the thing is, they wasn't the NFL. I know that. I'm just saying, just the fact that, like, you know what I'm saying, with it not being able to get, you know what I'm saying, NFL licensing to do that movie, because I think that movie would have been a lot more different had they been able to use NFL licensing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even though they had NFL players in it. Exactly. Another one, Blue Chips, like the college that it was based around wasn't a real university, but they played school. They played like Kentucky and shit. Yeah. So they got the rights, but not all the rights. Also, another movie, and don't laugh when I say this, another movie that actually got a chance to at least use the likenesses was Semi-Pro or Semi-Pro. I don't know why I just said Semi-Pro. Semi-Pro. Yeah, because they had the Spurs. Old dude went to the Spurs, and the Spurs went to the NBA. They had all the old school ABA and NBA teams. All them throwback joints. Shout out to the Flint Tropics and Jackie Moon. Yep. But my thing is, like, do you believe what Kenny said was true, that they wasn't really partners because it was really always about Antoine? I don't think it was true. I think it was more so Kenny was looking at it in the light of, you don't ever let me get to shine. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, I don't think he realized that he was still shining. Like, you know, I make jokes about Kenny being trash, but if you think about it though, like, if you got a nigga on your team dropping 60 and then you got 20 assists and 10 points,
nigga, it's still a double-double. You go into the league regardless. Nigga, who you know averaging over 15 assists a game in college? You know what I'm saying? Like, who you know getting a double-double in college with a high amount like that? Like, you ain't never seen a nigga in college average over 15 assists.
I was trying to think of somebody who could have possibly done it, but okay.
And that was probably like in the 60s. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you also got to remember, like, not only did they have, like, because they was really built like an NBA team. That's the funny part about this whole movie. They had the foreign center, you know what I'm saying? They had the white point guard. They had the two guard, which was, I think Kenny was the two guard, Antoine was the three. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had Malik at the four. They had the backup and Jimmy and all them. Like, so just looking at that team, you would expect Antoine, like, to come out and be the man. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think they did a good job in that, as far as, like, making Kenny at least be valuable. Because to me, like, even though he probably wasn't scoring as much, I don't think Antoine would have been able to really play his game if Kenny wasn't there. Because it seemed as if he was balling really because of Kenny. Like, Kenny was really the heart and soul of that team from the beginning to the end, because he was the facilitator of the team. He kept the pace going and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time they showed them playing, you know what I'm saying, you usually see the ball in Kenny's hand coming up the court.
Yep. And
then eventually he had set it up. He calling plays and everything else. So you could tell he was, in a way, he was down there the captain of the team. Antoine was just the man who put up the points. So, I mean, I think that they was partners. I just think that because of the situation and because of the fame and everything that Antoine was getting, Kenny kind of felt like, you know what I'm saying, I'm playing the back burner.
Now, I am going to throw this comparison out there. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe I know Jamal won't. But it's kind of like Scottie Pippen Jordan situation. Like, Scottie Pippen was the one who averaged the triple doubles and shit like that. He was the one that had the 15, 18 points, 12, 15 boards, 12 assists and shit like that, because the ball was in his hands. And he was dishing it to Jordan. He was the one that was setting Jordan up a lot of the time.
Exactly.
But did Antoine, and I can see how it happened after this, did Antoine go too far by throwing Flex into the backboard?
He 100% went too far by throwing Gerard into the backboard. First off, Gerard was getting in their ass. He was
whooping their ass, but
with a ghost on the other team.
He had 30 points in the first half.
Bro, he was busting their ass. So first off, shout out to him and the Georgetown Hoyas, man. I thought that was, you know what I'm saying, super dope for them to have to go up against, you know what I'm saying, one of the legendary black coaches. And then, you know what I'm saying, of course, at the time, Georgetown was supposed to be the quote-unquote black school. So I thought that was dope for them to put that in there. But nah, Gerard was the man, bro. He was the fucking man. Like, you knew, first and foremost, like, you could tell that they had some type of interactions before, you know what I'm saying, the season started and everything. Because even he was talking about how, you know what I'm saying, he was sorry that Antoine couldn't be there, and you know what I'm saying, and all that other shit. And then when him and Kenny got to talking, you know what I'm saying, you could tell they had like a familiarity. Like,
he was like, hey, tell your team about me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, you tell the team about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you could tell that they kind of knew each other at least a little bit. So
they played the McDonald's All-Star game.
Okay, right. So,
I just made that up. I don't know.
I mean, I was about to say AAU, but then I thought about it. I was like, nah, I don't think AAU was around like that then. At least not to that level. But so, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you know what I'm saying, you hit the nail on the head when you said that Antoine was, you know what I'm saying, a winner. He liked to win. You could see that, you know what I'm saying, in this game. He want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that he putting up as many points as they can. He want to make sure that everything go through him, because, you know what I'm saying, to me, he just seemed like the ultimate competitor. But at times when you get competitive, sometimes you take it too far. And to me, that was one of the moments. First and foremost, I feel like the nigga forgot he was a ghost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The funny thing is, too, is like during that game, this nigga was walking on the court, like talking to this nigga side by side, like just regularly walking on the court, like he the coach. Yeah. I'm like, fam, like if that don't throw you off watching that, you got to be crazy. Like this nigga is right here playing defense, hands out, you know what I'm saying? He down low, and then it's a nigga like literally footstep walking to him like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? He gonna go to his left. You know he gonna go to his left. He about to go to his left. See, he just went to his left. So you know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit, bro. Like, how can you play under that kind of pressure? You know what I'm saying? You trying to focus. This is a goddamn ghost telling you what the nigga gonna do. Like, he can't do that, man. But nah, did he go too far? For sure, bro. Because I mean, the same thing happened to Gerard that happened to Antoine. You know what I'm saying? He went up, came back down, boom, and fucked himself up. I mean, except, you know, minus the heart attack part, but just the, you know what I'm saying, just the falling on the court and everything else after trying to take a shot, like, and you could even tell Antoine knew he fucked up when that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that he didn't realize at that moment, even though that push didn't look that bad.
Yeah,
but you're a ghost, like. You know what I'm saying? Like his strength, I don't think he knew like how hard he actually
you got Malik doing U-turns in midair, bro. Like you already know if you fling if you nudge little ass Flex Alexander. First and foremost, let's talk about this. The shot that they had when this nigga was going into the backboard and his head was bobbling like that, and then the cut that he had, bro, that shit is comedy, bro. It's not a funny situation, but just that scene is funny, bro. Just the way that nigga head be bobbling in the air. I thought that shit was funny.
I'm just trying to think what your vertical gotta be. His head was at the top of the backboard, man.
Literally.
For somebody to go almost, he went from
his chest was in the middle of the backboard.
Yeah. Like and he took off from like 2 steps past the free throw line.
Yep.
And for somebody to go 2 steps after the free throw line and jump that high, hit the backboard.
That's when everybody should have known it was a goddamn ghost in there. The fuck, nigga, what was that? And how the fuck did you do it, sir? The fuck.
Yeah, but to answer my own question, yeah, I think that's when he completely went too far, and you know, you see the. Kenny went to the hospital, you know, after he got his surgery, and he was waiting for him to get out of surgery in case he came. And she was just like, "Yo, like, what's going on?" You know what I mean? And he didn't tell her at that moment. It was after that, because they had a practice before the national championship game, and he was like, "No." When he told her, no. He did tell her before that game, because she found out from Kenny when she threw the story away. She was like, yo, he was like, look, I got something to tell you. It's gonna sound crazy, but it got something to do with Anton.
Yeah.
And that's when she was like, oh, so he's gonna tell me. So I think that she kind of knew, but like, yeah, I felt that was way too far. His competitive juices was going. He threw him into the backboard, and that was really the last straw, because they just had a conversation on, yo, we need to get the dude off the team, and he tried to give them a chance to win the game because he wasn't really interfering that much. But you know, after he threw him into the backboard, like that was like the last straw. He was like, yo, you gotta go, Anton. Like, I know you mean good. But then that's when he finally realized, yo, it's cheating, kid.
Yeah, and you're doing too much, bro. Way too much.
Way too much, man.
The best part about I ain't gonna say the best part, but the most anxiety-filled moment of the movie is when Kenny shoots it. Antoine automatically thinks he can't shoot. He's trash. Let me fly in the air like Michael Jordan and Superman, and at least tip this thing in. And the whole stadium is quiet in this moment. The only person that says anything is Kenny, and he says, Antoine. No, nobody heard that.
Nobody heard it. Like, who are you talking to? Antoine is dead,
bro. Nobody else heard that. That puzzled me ever since I was a kid. Like, so nobody else heard that. I mean, the team already know, but nobody else heard that. This nigga yelled it. This nigga said, Antoine, no.
But no, the disappointment on Antoine's face.
Oh, he said no. He said
he was like, here we go.
The greatest fadeaway in basketball history was Antoine going back. Oh my god, that shit was hilarious, bro.
No way.
He had so much disappointment. Oh my god.
That was not because he has no faith in his brother, man.
That's what made it even funnier. That's what made the face palm fadeaway even funnier. Like I said, greatest fadeaway in basketball history, bro. You'll never see another fadeaway like that again. I rival that with Kobe's fade, Jordan's fade, Dirk's fade, Antoine Tyler's fade in the last shot of the tournament. That's the one.
Okay, so let me ask you this: fraudulent championship. You got to ask me
what fraudulent championship. Did nobody else know? What if they never found out Tom Brady was deflating footballs? Is that a fraudulent championship? No, nigga, that count. The fuck? What kind of question is that?
Oh man, these boys cheated all the way through the damn March Madness and didn't cheat for the last for the championship game.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, bro. And technically, it ain't cheating. There's no rule that says you can't use the team, my nigga. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? If it was me, I'd have been with Malik. Shit, nigga, my points and everything that went up. Yeah, come team up with me, my boy.
Oh my god, that was funny though. Malik, like, I got 18 points, 10 boards. Tell him he can use me.
Man, what?
That was funny. Yeah, man. But
oh man. Last but not least, man, what did you think of the coach's dance?
Listen.
What did you think of the coach's moves, man?
First of all, trash.
Mm-hmm.
But my assistant coach with the James Brown split,
he was getting it. He was getting it.
He was getting it. Hey,
and he did it in the slacks.
In the slacks, no
great slacks on.
He
got busy. Yeah, he got busy.
Hold on, let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, the 97 gear, yo. Man, you remember when we used to wear our clothes 8 times as too big?
I still do. I've never let go of that trend. After I seen where clothes was going, I was like, nah, I'm staying in the 90s, baby. Yeah, I still wear my clothes too big. Fuck that, bro.
Hey,
I see the way niggas wear their pants now. Them shits look like leggings. I'm cool.
Hey, listen. Well, mine is a slim fit, but it's not like that.
Yeah, I feel you.
But nah, man, it's funny. It's funny to see it. But not like, yeah, the dance moves, they were pretty bad. But we see a lot of it now.
Wait a minute. I'm glad you brought that up, though. The niggas was wearing Karl Kani in college, bro.
97, yeah, that's about right. That was the time.
They didn't have no money.
Who said they didn't have no money? Man, their dad died, man. Man, their dad died. Health insurance.
Oh, okay. Way to cover that up. Let's talk about the real. Let's talk about the real goddamn problem. Where was they getting all this money from?
Listen,
how did he get Antoine there?
Yo, you talking about that? I'm talking about these dudes. They had the Gary Payton gloves on. They had the Charles Barkley shoes on.
I'm telling you, man.
They had the flights.
Where did they get all this money from?
Man, you know they gave him free gear, man.
We got to go look at the 1997 University of Washington. And we got to look at some shit, man.
Yo, how did they get the Tyler brothers to go there, man?
That's what I'm saying.
We don't know where they from. They don't really specify where they from.
It don't matter, bro. It don't matter. nigga, I don't give a fuck how much money they had. Eventually, that shit gonna fade out. So all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? When him and the coach was talking on the steps, you know what I'm saying? They had that sentimental moment. And coach told him, you know what I'm saying? I need you to step it up, Kenny. Yeah. Why didn't he tell the truth about how they got there? I paid y'all to be here. Now you got to step it up because if not, it's a bad investment. That's all I'm saying.
Man, why you changing the conversation, man? That's not how it went.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying because everybody, you know what I'm saying, been going back and you know talking about, you know what I'm saying, how people was taking money in college and blah blah blah. They did the Fab Five wrong, even though I don't like their school. I still, you know what I'm saying, rock with them individually. But you know what I'm saying, the Fab Five had to go through it, so why couldn't Antoine and Kenny Tyler go through it? That's all I'm saying.
Man, you is wrong, man.
So yeah, man. All in all, man, this to me, like I said, bro, this was such a fucking classic, bro. Like my nigga got the girl at the end. You know what I'm saying? He got to send his brother off the right way. You know what I'm saying, with a chip. You know what I'm saying? The team did their thing. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, man, it was a feel good movie, bro.
All right, so before we go to Fire Flames.
Okay.
So when the light came and Antoine had to go, so he go out there say his goodbyes. He was like, "Yo," he said, "The coach said I could try out for the for the basketball team." And so this is my question to you. So 97. I don't know who's all. I mean, I can't really think about like who. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, there's a lot of players that are dead, but I mean, players that we can remember. But it's like, is Antoine making the team? I can't really think of nobody. Like I know, like
Lynn Bias.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Lynn Bias died in the 80s, early 90s.
Well, that's because
he was supposed to take Larry. He was supposed to be like the successor to Larry Bird.
So that's
Lenny Bias was there.
He definitely on the team.
Well, yeah, because Lynn Bias busted Jordan ass in 84. No, 83. 83, he busted his ass in 83. Yes, so Lynn Bias was dead.
Was Earl Manigault still alive?
I think Manigault was dead.
If Earl Manigault was dead, then he definitely not getting that spot. That nigga was touching the top of the backboard, grabbing quarters off that motherfucker, man.
Hey, the funny thing about that, Uncle Washington don't believe it.
What the Earl Manigault that
jumped off he was there. He was like, I don't believe it. He would always say that. He would say, "Why would you jump up there and take it off?" He's all you gotta do is grab the rim.
Because man, he wanted to show him he had hops. He had the weight. He had the ankle weights on all the time. He had to take them off. You know what I'm saying? And get boogie real quick. Let him know, nigga, get up there. No, I don't think he touched the top of the backboard either. But I think that, you know what I'm saying, he was just one of them players that just had the hops, man.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a good movie too. Shout out to James Earl Jones.
That's the one that had
that ain't his name, is it?
What's my man's name? Don Cheadle. Talking about the one with Don Cheadle played?
Yeah, for sure. Don Cheadle. But I'm saying, is his name James Earl? Am I saying that right?
James Earl Jones? I don't remember who else was in that movie. I just remember Don Cheadle.
Am I saying his name is James Earl Jones, right?
James Earl Jones,
why am I feeling like Jones ain't his last name?
Nah, it's Jones. You talking about light-skinned dude play Mufasa?
Mufasa? You disrespectful to the motherfucker. Darth Vader, man.
Man, this guy.
Nigga went straight to Mufasa. Yeah, man, but you don't go straight to Mufasa, bro. You go to Darth Vader. He the voice of Darth Vader.
No, we ain't doing this today.
Disrespectful. I can't believe you.
You're not doing this today.
Everything the light touches, Simba. That's funny, bro. Hey, Hey man, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. Like how many movies we done watched in our fucking lifetime, bro.
Yo,
That's why this is the perfect podcast, bro. Because just the fact that niggas can go and reference just random ass movies like that, that's funny as shit, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But the Earl Manigault story, bro, that was a crazy story, man.
Yeah, it definitely was.
That was heartbreaking to see that he ain't never get a chance, man. Never mind. Pee Wee Kirkland's still alive. I better say I don't think he would have got it if Pee Wee, God forbid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he would have been fighting for a roster spot, definitely.
For sure.
Because all he could do was dump, man.
I mean, notice he said
we didn't even see him take a jump shot. I ain't just take a jump shot. Well, he took the jump shot when he was a kid.
He took a jump shot in the movie.
Yeah,
he took at least one.
He took one. I
think it was like by the sideline or some shit. Like free throw. Okay, never mind. I mean, so it was either by the sideline or the free throw. But yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he'd get a 6. Never mind. I wanted to, but I felt how corny it was.
It was coming out. I think everybody knows what you
I felt how corny it was. We ain't gonna do that.
Hey, that was just like, you remember yo, we are sick. You remember in Kill Bill?
Yeah.
When they was telling Oshi Ren's story, and when she was up under the bed and she said whisper and it came out and then she pushed it back on her mouth. That's what you just did.
Yeah, basically.
Hey, if y'all ever see Kill Bill Volume 1, you know what I'm talking about.
You know what movie is the PG version of Kill Bill? That reminds me of that.
Oh my God.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm ashamed to say this because it got my girl in it. I have not seen those movies.
All right, let's go to Fireflies. Let's go.
All right.
I'm disappointed.
I feel bad now.
You should.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. What you got, man? What you rating this thing?
Oh man, you put me up first. For what this movie was, the classic that it is, even though when it comes to some of the supporting cast, like it's for me, it's only really like too deep. When it comes to Michael Michelle, Coach did an alright job. The moms did an alright job, but it was really it was really Kadeem and Marlon. But for what this meant to a certain demographic, I gotta give this movie a 4 because it's memorable. Like this is one of those movies. I mean, 1997. I mean, I was in middle school, and I don't know. This is when I saw it, but it was just like it's just one of those movies from the past that I will always remember. Like even watching it, like I haven't seen it in years, but like even watching it's like, yo, like I forgot like how funny this shit was. But yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna give it a 4, man.
Okay. So for me, man, I appreciate this movie because, like I said, man, it has a strong sentimental value to me. Being 9 years old, seeing a movie like this, black lead actors, you know what I'm saying, having the, you know what I'm saying, being able to have the skills that they had, the older I got, the more impressed I was with the acting from Marlon Wayans. And then once again, this is around the time Marlon Wayans was actually trying to, you know what I'm saying, break off of the comedy roles and do real, you know what I'm saying, dramatic roles. I think even around the time in Wayans Brothers, this is when he was, you know what I'm saying, doing the storyline of being trying to become an actor, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. The only reason I don't give it a 5 is because of it's a classic, but it just don't have that same weight for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for me, you know what I'm saying, just for me personally, it's a 4.5. If it was just up to me, I would give it a 5. But just because it doesn't hold the same weight, and it's one of them things that's like, if you don't really like, if you ain't really into it, like, you know what I'm saying, how I am, it's not gonna be one of the ones that you just watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not even. This is one of the movies that you might catch on bounce, and that's if they show it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
yeah.
it don't get enough. To me personally, I don't feel like it get enough love. But it's I don't know. It's just something about the movie that they just don't give it the replay. So I'm going 4.5, man.
I ain't mad at it, and you make a great point there. Like this I don't remember like seeing this when you're talking about cable TV. Like I don't really remember it running on Showtime or Cinemax or even TBS. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like this ain't a movie that is put in rotation. So I think for some of our viewers, it might be like, yo, it'll either be I forgot about this movie or I've never seen or even heard of this movie.
Right.
So I'm glad that we did this though.
Yeah, me too. 100%, man. So let's get into the coming soon, bro.
Let's do it.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Yeah, I was looking on Michael Michelle Instagram. She's still fine. Next episode, man, is gonna be just it'll be a different episode for us. We'll be doing a documentary or docuseries on HBO called "Exterminate All the Brutes." Very interesting piece. I watched it when it had already been released, and I think I first heard it on the Joe Budden podcast. He was talking about how good it was, and I went and watched it, checked it out, and it's interesting. It's very interesting. It definitely had my attention through the whole thing, and I was in amazement that they was able to even put this out without any flack.
Yeah, and like I can't speak too much on it because I did watch it, but I mean it was one of those things where it kind of faded in my memory.
Right.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting watching this again.
Yeah.
And but you know, usually I watch everything with the thing of it being material that can be used. So
right.
But this time around, I'm gonna definitely pay a little bit more attention than I did the first time around. So it's gonna be interesting doing this one though.
Yeah, man. So if y'all want to get ahead of it, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, hear what we have to say. When the episode drop, y'all go ahead, go to HBO Max, check that out. It's a docuseries. It's called Exterminate All the Brutes. And yeah, man. Also let us know what you think. Also let us know what you think about the Sixth Man. If you haven't seen the Sixth Man, watch Sixth Man. Then come back and tell us on our socials on Instagram and on Twitter. Let us know how you feel about this movie, what you thought about this movie. Also on Facebook as well. But if you do want to give us your rating and your review of said movie, you can hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at ViewAnonPod. You can also hit us up on Facebook at VA Pod Watch Group. Also, we will be having a Patreon on the way, so keep an ear out and an eye out for that. We're working behind the scenes to kind of get that together, but we're coming up with some ideas about some things that we want to do, and I think we're gonna put something good together, man. Also, follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. Oh yeah, follow me on TikTok too, man. I'm on TikTok now. Follow me on TikTok at Scoots Bronson TV. That's all I got.
All right, man. Y'all can also check out the pod, View Anon Pod on IG and Twitter. So go check that out. VA Podcast Watch Group page on Facebook. And you also can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter, at 28 minutes or less on IG. Just put out a new episode. Shout out to the guy E. Carter from the First Class Podcast. He jumped on the pod. Yes, sir, man. Episode 73. So go check out the 28 minutes or less that I did with E. Carter. So I appreciate him for jumping on that episode with me as well. So find that on all major platforms.
For sure, man. Shout out to E, man. Shout out to C's. Also shout out to JD, also known as Drippy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so see you guys next episode, man. With that being said, appreciate the oh man, I had a brain fart. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support. Like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.